All right, ready to dive into something kind of fascinating.
Always.
Today, it's Brahma Muhurta. Not just early mornings, right? It's supposed to be about like harnessing energy to get things done.
Yeah, make things happen.
Exactly. We found this YouTube video. It's Dr. Devika Bhatnagar. She's a soft skills trainer. And she lays out this whole like 10-minute activity thing you can do during this time, this Brahma Muhurta, to, supercharge your goals or whatever.
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Like this ancient Indian practice, but it's like gaining traction now. Now that people are looking for like productivity hacks, well-being boosts.
Totally. It kind of makes you think, have we just like totally lost touch with these ancient rhythms in modern life?
Right.
So like first things first, okay, what even is Brahma Muhurta?
So technically it's the time between 4:30 and 6 a.m., but it's like way more than just getting up early.
Right.
Dr. Bhatnagar, she explains it like, according to Vedic tradition, this time is the most auspicious part of the whole day. Supposedly your mind is super clear and there's less negativity floating around.
Okay, intrigued, but 4:30 a.m. Really? Like, is there something about that specific time that makes it so special?
Okay, so Dr. Bhatnagar breaks it down. Each part of the night has a different energy.
Mm.
So Brahma Muhurta, it's actually part of what's called Manahara Samaya.
Manahara Samaya.
Yeah, it's like a 3-hour period, 3 to 6 a.m., known for, refreshment and renewal. Basically, when everything's quiet, everyone's asleep, and you can, like, tap into that pure energy.
So it's like Brahma Muhurta is like the VIP hour within Manahara Samaya.
Exactly.
Which is already supposed to be awesome, so I can see why people would want to like maximize that for their goals.
Totally. And Dr. Bhatnagar, she really emphasizes, like, the mind is just so receptive at this time, perfect for meditation, setting intentions, and achieving those goals.
Okay, so speaking of Manahara Samaya and like harnessing that energy, let's talk about her 10-minute activity. You ready to walk through it?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so first, get comfy, sit down. It could be, classic yoga pose, like Padmasana, Suhasana.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, even a chair works. Just got to be comfy and alert. No dozing off.
Okay, no yoga master required. Got it. What's next?
Then you do this thing called Chin Mudra. You gently join your index finger and thumb.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it's supposed to, like, help you focus, channel energy, like literally create a circuit for good vibes.
Chin Mudra. I've seen that in yoga stuff. Never really like got why it mattered though.
Right.
I'm kind of sensing a theme here. Intentionality, focus, even in the like tiniest details.
That's it. And then you shift your attention to your Agna chakra. That's the spot between your eyebrows. It's often like visualized as this indigo or blue light.
Oh, the third eye. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that in like meditation stuff. So we're getting Zen, comfy position, Chin Mudra, blue light. What's the next step in this whole energy routine?
Okay, this is where the breath comes in. Deep breath in through your nose, slow and deep. Hold it for 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth.
Deep breaths, holding, exhaling. Sounds simple enough, but I'm guessing like there's got to be more to it than just breathing.
Right. There's a key part here. So while you're doing this whole breathing thing, you have to focus on like a strong wish or a goal, something you really want.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the breathing. It's like channeling that Brahma Muhurta energy towards something specific. Yeah, I could see how that combo could be powerful.
Yeah, it's all about aligning like your actions and your intentions.
Right.
And Dr. Butler, she even says to like gradually increase the hold to like 15 seconds as you get more comfortable.
Okay, yeah, the gradual thing, I like that. Consistency over intensity, right? Now, I gotta ask, like, from a more, science perspective, is there anything to back this up, this Brahma Muhurta thing and this breathing technique?
Well, the Brahma Muhurta concept itself, maybe not like directly scientific, but the benefits of, deep breathing and meditation, especially in the morning, tons of research on that.
Right.
Like, it's proven to reduce stress, anxiety, better focus, even helps you sleep better.
So even if we, like, set aside the spiritual stuff for a second, there are still benefits?
Totally. Think about it. Fewer distractions then, that quiet, that stillness, makes it easier to be self-aware, set intentions. You might even find you're more creative in the morning, have more energy naturally.
That's so interesting. Have you ever noticed that? Like feeling more creative or energetic at certain times? I know I have, and I always wonder if it's like tied to these rhythms.
Yes, so many cultures for centuries, they've recognized this. Like photographers talk about the golden hour, right? Or traditional meal times, different parts of the world. There's wisdom there, paying attention to how our energy changes throughout the day.
So Dr. Potniger, she suggests doing this for 21 days, this 10-minute thing. Is there something special about 21 days, or is that just like a common habit-forming number?
Well, the 21-day rule, it's not like hard science, but the power of consistency, doing something over time, that's real. Imagine 10 minutes every day during Brahma Muhurta focused on your biggest goal.
Wow, yeah.
Powerful, right?
It really puts things into perspective. It's like exercising a muscle, but for willpower. Your self-discipline. Speaking of goals, if you had to pick one to focus on during this, what would it be?
Ooh, good question. I think for me to be like cultivating inner peace and clarity throughout the day, starting with that intention would just set the tone.
I love that. It's a good reminder this practice isn't just about like external goals. It's about inner transformation too.
Exactly. And that's what's so fascinating about this whole thing. We're not just talking about 10 minutes. It's a potential shift, like how you see things, tapping into something deeper.
So it's more than just a to-do list. It's like a ripple effect, touching everything. Now, I know not everyone's going to jump into this full force, especially, well, those of us who are, shall we say, chronically challenged in the mornings. What would you say to them about easing into this?
Totally, totally. The thing is, be kind to yourself. No judgment. If 4:30 a.m. is impossible right now, maybe try just like 15 minutes earlier than usual and do some deep breathing or meditation. Just find what works for you and build from there.
Baby steps, right? Consistency is key.
Exactly. Dr. Potniger, she really emphasizes even just 10 minutes a day, consistently, can create lasting changes like building a muscle. You don't start by lifting the heaviest weight. You got to work up to it.
Oh, that's a great analogy. So we're not talking about like a one-time experiment. It's more like a lifestyle shift, being more intentional, more aware.
Yeah, it's about creating that ritual, that space for yourself, even if it's just 10 minutes. And over time, those 10 minutes, they can ripple outwards, affecting not just your life, but the world around you.
Now, let's get back to Dr. Potniger's video for a sec. She talks about focusing on like a strong wish or goal during the breathing. Can you like unpack that a little? What's the connection there between deep breathing and like manifesting stuff?
So the idea is by like combining the deep breathing with a clear intention, you're creating this powerful alignment energetically, and that helps manifest things.
So it's not just wishing for it, it's like actively picturing it and getting your energy to match that vision.
Exactly. And doing it during Brahma Muhurta, when your mind's already more receptive, it's like amplifying it.
Okay, I'm seeing how this all fits together now. The timing, the breathing, the intention. It's like setting the stage for your goals to actually like work.
That's a great way to put it. It's about working with those rhythms, of your mind and the universe to create the life you want.
Dr. Putniger, she mentions feeling this like high positive vibration during Brahma Muhurta. Have you ever felt that?
There's definitely a stillness, in those early hours, the world's asleep, and it's peaceful, quiet. It can be really grounding.
Yeah, I can see that setting the tone for the whole day, like hitting the reset button before things get crazy.
Exactly. And even if you don't feel some like huge energy shift, just taking that time for yourself to be still and reflect can make a big difference for your well-being.
So it's not just the time itself, it's the intention behind it.
Yeah, it's making it a ritual, that space for yourself, even if it's just 10 minutes.
Okay, so for our listener who's thinking, this sounds amazing, but I'm a night owl, not a morning person. Any advice? Can they like shift their Brahma Muhurta to later?
That's a good question. So Brahma Muhurta is traditionally those pre-dawn hours, but the heart of the practice, I think you can adapt it. The key is to find the time you feel most alert.
Honor your own rhythm?
Yeah, if you're a night owl and waking up at 4:30 is torture, it's not going to last. You got to explore what works for you.
That makes sense. It's not about fitting some rigid mold.
Exactly. And remember, the most important thing is consistency, whether you do a Brahma Muhurta or some other time. Make it a habit.
So for our listener, like, why should they care about all this? Brahma Muhurta and this 10-minute breathing thing?
It comes down to this, right? We all have goals, dreams, things we want. And this practice gives you a way to align your energy with those goals, to tap into something deeper within yourself.
It's like unlocking a superpower.
Kinda, yeah. It's about the power of your own mind, your energy to create the life you want.
And it all starts with 10 minutes.
10 minutes to connect with yourself, set intentions, tap into that potential we all have.
Well, on that inspiring note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into Brahma Muhurta, but we want to leave you with one last thought-provoking question. If you could harness this power, what change would you bring into your life?
Think about that goal dream aspiration. What would you focus on?
We encourage you, try Dr. Botniger's 10-minute activity for 21 days and see what happens. You might be surprised.
And remember, even if you don't feel some huge shift, just prioritizing your well-being, taking that time for stillness, that's already a step in the right direction.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.